All right, Brian Cates at Draw and Strike on Twitter does a thread on Covington and Burling. Those are Michael Flynn's attorneys, that's the law firm, claiming that it was a miscommunication that they failed to turn over 6,800 documents to the new Flynn defense team led by Sidney Powell. I'm going to speculate here that the Covington and Burling lawyers panicked on hearing that the United States Attorney from the Eastern District of Missouri, Jeffrey Jensen, the special counsel appointed by Attorney General Barr to investigate the Flynn case, had given Powell a bunch of documents under seal. And Covington and Burling suddenly finds 6,800 documents. Covington and Burling, hereinafter C&B, is going to go with "we suck at our jobs" as a defense for not turning this stuff over to Powell back in June, July of 2019. And now, the cushy side deal they helped the Mueller prosecutors enact, that they hid from the court, has now been exposed. Let me explain what happened here. We now know that the C&B lawyers, in conjunction with the Mueller prosecutors, did a deal with Flynn to force him to plead guilty quickly. Plead to this false charge, or we'll hit you and your son with far more serious felonies and real time in jail. Problem is, they strong-arm Flynn into accepting this deal, but then both the Mueller special counsel prosecutors and the C&B lawyers hide this deal from Judge Rudolph Contreras. I'm assuming the judge did not know, as the side deal does not appear in the original filings. Now, as long as team player Jesse K. Liu was running the D.C. U.S. Attorney's Office, this is the kind of crap these thugs were doing. But then Jesse K. Liu was lured out of the office with a promise of a better job at the Treasury Department. Jesse K. Liu was sweet-talked into vacating the office early before she had the Treasury job in hand. And top bar guy Timothy Shea quickly jumped into the seat in that D.C. office after she vacated it. Then all of a sudden, poof, the cushy new Treasury job disappeared. Right around that time, as Jesse K. Liu was left standing there in the cold, bewildered, we got that Roger Stone case fiasco, where the biased juror was revealed. Then the Mueller prosecution team tried to pull a fast one on Barr, and all four ended up resigning. As long as the right people were in charge of that D.C. U.S. Attorney's Office, Covington and Burling could relax. And then suddenly, the right people weren't there anymore. A bunch of them, including the top person, were either lured out or resigned and left. Nobody could find or show the court any documentation detailing the slimy, illegal side deals C&B were engaged in with the Mueller special counsel prosecutors, where they helped strong-arm their own client into accepting a plea deal by threatening his son. That is, nobody could find or show the court the documents about illegal side deals as long as Jesse K. Liu was in charge. Well, she lost her spot back in January, you see, and Timothy Shea was suddenly running that D.C. office. And then something else happened. Attorney General Barr, back in January, appoints the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Missouri, Jeffrey Jensen, to be a special counsel investigator to go into that D.C. office and thoroughly review the Flynn case, top to bottom, to figure out how this fiasco happened. It's not revealed until mid-February when Barr announces it, that he'd appointed several special counsels to go into the District of Columbia United States Attorney's Office and investigate. Jensen is in there, and several other United States prosecutors from current DAG Jeffrey Rosen's office. Now, if you're Flynn's former lawyers at Covington and Burling, and you're learning about all this back in February, sure, you're worried about it. But there's still a chance these special counsels investigating the Flynn case won't find the evidence. No reason to panic yet, right? And then, news breaks several days ago that Jensen has surfaced, and he's handed off sealed documents to lead Flynn defense lawyer Sidney Powell. If you're the C&B lawyers, your butt pucker factor just went off the charts. You can't take the chance. You can't take the chance that Jensen just gave Powell, the Mueller team, and your own email comms detailing your corrupt, illegal side deal you hid from the court. Suddenly, after claiming for months they'd turned over everything, this news of Jensen giving Powell sealed documents found inside the D.C. United States Attorney's Office has C&B rushing to let Powell and the court know, oh, hey, look what we just found when we did another search. Had a feeling that this was going to be a wild and crazy week. So far, it hasn't disappointed.